friends, maybe not folks this week, a little reference to Jim Nance following up March Madness and basketball, but we do consider you our friends and our tribe. Coming to you today for another vlog with my beautiful wife. I called her friend the last time, so we're switching all sorts of stuff up, but my beautiful friend and wife, Karen, and we know you like to hear from her. We're going to continue to bring her back to you, but today we want to talk about miracles. And with our situation, what our son went through, some people toss around the word miracle with him fairly routinely. And we believe in miracles. We've watched him be a miracle. But, you know, maybe there's some other things to miracles. And Karen has talked to me about miracles and what they mean to her, and Nash, some things. Nash gets bothered by some things with miracles. And so when it comes to miracles, what are some of your thoughts there with our journey in miracles? What do miracles mean to you? What do they take? What are they? What's the definition?
I think that the word miracle is interesting because I think that there are several different parts to the word miracle when we talk about it, I guess, if you will. You know, I do think that there are upfront miracles. You know, Nash survived the shooting and a doctor was there, you know, to save his life. Those are upfront miracles. But then I think the part that sometimes Nash gets frustrated with, or that we don't think about, and I'm not trying to sound ungodlike when I say this, but I do think that we as a human have a responsibility to help God with our miracles, and that we play a part in the miracles that take place. And I think that we first talked about it with Sarah, Nash's PT at Madonna, and she used the term, because I think at that point Nash was a little frustrated because he was working so hard and everybody was kind of giving kudos of his progress to it being a miracle, as he was the one that was working his tail off to get there. Yeah. And she first said, you know, sometimes miracles still take hard work. And that's kind of, I guess, been an evolution of thought process for us and for me, is that, you know, even though the miracle exists, you still have to do a lot of work sometimes to get those miracles. Mm-hmm. And I think, you know, we have to be careful as we use the word to know what is driving it, I guess, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, to me, you know, miracles are something that, you know, go beyond scientific knowledge. You know, when Nash was basically told he would not walk again, or was not told he would be able to walk again, both, and now he walks, people would view that as a miracle. And it is a miracle because he did go beyond the scientific knowledge and prognosis of his injury, but it took a lot of hard work. And for our son Nash, sometimes when people talk about his miracles, which he's had more than one miracle, she mentioned the initial miracle of the doctor saving his life, Dr. Stiles, and then all these other miracles that have happened for him to progress to where he is today. But they take time and they take a ton of hard work. Mm-hmm. I think you and I agree, we believe there are just miracles that automatically can happen. But for our journey and what we've seen, it's taken a lot of time, a lot of hard work.
Yeah, and I was saying earlier before we started this that I think a common misconception when we use the word miracle is that you just sit around and you just wait for your miracle to happen. And unfortunately, as lovely as that would be, that is not always how our miracles take place.
No, and in our house, we don't sit around and wait for anything to happen. In our house, we make things happen.
Correct.
That's what we do. That's how we live our lives. But the other background of this, the other thing I think that we understand is the massive prayer effect that helps create miracles.
100%.
And Karen may or may not want to talk about this, but Karen is a different Christian than I met in 1998, and a different Christian than I married in 2001. Do you care to share some of the light on where that's at today, and some of how you speak to God and those things that have developed in you, especially over the course of Nash's accident?
Yeah, I think when you go through a tragedy, or for me, when I went through Nash's tragedy, it completely changed my relationship with God and the way that I connect with Him. I think when you truly are on your knees begging for your child's life, that's a different thing than to pray for a good day at school, or to pray for a good basketball game or something like that. It changes you completely when you're truly praying for someone's life. And I had done that when my dad was sick and passed away, but Nash's accident was different. And I really just worked very hard on changing my relationship with God into a deeper way, and have found the ability, I guess, maybe to listen more than I ever did to God, and to understand that it's not really about me talking or asking. It's more about knowing when it's time to be quiet and listen for me, if that makes sense.
We're going to do another vlog on that, because we got plenty we can dive into there. Is that okay?
Sure.
We are going to do another vlog on that, because there's some real power for her to share with you all. But for Miracles and us, we hope we've maybe enlightened you to what our thoughts are. And that's just our thoughts. It's not your thoughts. Miracles happen every single day. Miracles happen without maybe much work. But for us and our son Nash, our family, we do know that miracles take time, and miracles take a lot of hard work. And that's just the reality. And so for us, we've embraced that. We know that. And we continue on that road to create more miracles. So that's what we have for today. If you like this content, subscribe here. She's not wearing Made Perfect this week. She's wearing something else, but check out madeperfect.com if you want some motivational apparel for your kids, for your family members. Go check it out. We'd love to help you along and motivate your children through some apparel. Cheers, have a good day. Thank you.